would appear we are live now. Hello, everyone. I need to go do something really quick. I forgot. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So welcome to the stream. McNugget, Jourdain, Woodpecker, Fire Fury, Keith, Toyin, Toku Nation, Joshua, Enigmatus, Brave Level 5, the Flame Legend, Jake, Steel Warrior. Alright, that's everyone who's here right now. Jeremiah, that's Keith again. So today we're going to be talking about Toy Fair from the this last weekend. If you don't mind, I need to currently adjust the thumbnail for this live stream, so I might be a little distracted. But we're gonna be talking Toy Fair. I was planning on talking to Power Rangers stuff, or I mean, I guess this is all Power Rangers since they're not gonna show. There's no Sentai stuff specifically, and then like there's some Team Rider stuff, but like nothing like new specifically for Team Rider. So mainly this is just like, originally I was just gonna talk like the toys, and then they announced the next Sentai, or the next season of Power Rangers, which as I think you all know is going to be Ryusoulger. And if you didn't know, well, there you go. The Power Rangers season 28 is going to be Ryusoulger. We don't even know the name yet. That's kind of I don't think has that ever happened? Can someone please tell me if that's ever happened? Because I don't know if that's ever happened. So, Masked Sentai's here, Ryan Views, X Production, Wolfpack. Thank you for coming, everyone. I love that now. I guess I can just do a live stream, and then there's a lot of you here. And that makes me very happy. So, I guess let's get my thoughts out there. I am so happy that Ryusoulger is getting adapted. Now, obviously, I think we all knew it was going to get adapted at some point. So this excitement I have was always going to happen. If they adapted it in like 20 years, I was going to be just as excited. But so, in case you don't know, I love Ryusoulger, the season. Spoiler for the review that comes out in like a week. I love the season, but aesthetically, I'm like really in love with the season. This is my favorite season aesthetically ever. The only toy line stuff I have is the mini plot, because I love the Zords. I needed the Zords, and the mini plot is a much cheaper way to get it because the Megazords are massive and shipping will kill me financially. So I only have the mini plot, and I'm super happy with those. Like, I love those so much. But now we get figures. Like, more figures at least, because Hasbro will make more figures than they do in Japan. We can get the robots now. And there's so, like, I haven't bought anything for Beast Morphers other than like the Morpher and then like the Blaze figure, and then I'm really kind of checked out other than that, because I'm not in love with the Go Busters aesthetics. But the Ryusoulger, I'm gonna go completely broke for 2 years, because I'm just gonna pretty much buy almost everything they put out, because I can't, like, the only instance I would not buy something if like there's no, like, if it's a really bad nerf weapon, like, I don't even, like, I guess it has to be really bad, because like I don't like the current Morpher for the 6 Rangers, like the Moza changer for this one, like, it has to be really bad for me to not really buy it, because I'm probably gonna buy everything. Or if it's like something I already have, like, I'm not gonna get the 12-inch figures if I get the smaller 6-inch figures, stuff like that. But like, for the most part, I'm gonna buy everything. So rant aside, let's see what you guys are thinking. Ryusoulger adaptation should push more fantasy. I agree. Also, I think a lot of you are gonna say stuff about Key Ranger. So I would have been okay with any season that would be adapted. I probably wouldn't be as excited with Ryusoulger, obviously, and I wouldn't really buy anything from those other seasons just because I'm not really. I don't really love them that aesthetically. If they were cheaper Megazords, maybe I would buy something because the current ones are kind of expensive. Um, Obviously, I'm gonna buy the Ryusoulger ones because I love the aesthetics, and the price doesn't really matter for me. But if the price is kind of as expensive as it is now, the price is a bit of a factor for me. So, a lot of you are gonna probably say Q Ranger, and I will say do not lose faith in a Q Ranger adaptation because if they don't adapt Q Ranger at some point, that's gonna be really insane. I think on Hasbro's part because there's a lot of money they can make there from the 9 Rangers from the get go. So, that goes for the other ones too. Just basically, I'm pretty sure that keep in mind this is Hasbro's first like full on adaptation because Beast Morphers had a little bit of input from Bandai and Saban because most of that was made when they still owned the brand. I'm pretty sure it wasn't really a Hasbro decision to adapt Go Busters, which is what I said, which was kind of stupid. Past me from like a while ago. So I'm pretty sure that they're adapting Ryusoulger because it's dinosaurs. They're gonna get like it's dinosaurs. There's a beautiful aesthetics, all this going on. It gives them a lot of easy opportunities to recuperate their money that they've spent on the brand and also make the brand more stable from a show perspective or something. Like it's an easy bet. They don't have to sell you trains or sell you 2 teams. They sell you MMPR upgraded essentially. So it's an easy pick. I think that's why they chose it for now. And it's also recent, so they don't have to like recreate a lot of the suits as well. So then after Ryusoulger, I'm sure that we could then see one of those other seasons be adapted because they'll probably have some level of maybe more finances or something like that for the brand. So after like I'm hoping for Q Ranger for sure at some point because that's my second favorite season or not season. Well, aesthetically, that's my second favorite aesthetics. I will also go broke when they adapt Q Ranger. So I'm sure maybe it'll go back to one of those. Q Ranger, I think for sure they might go back to. The other ones, Tokyuger, Zyuohger, and Lupat, I'm not really sure. I want them to, of course, but I'm just not sure if they will. I mean, again, like maybe if they go Ryusoulger and they get some easy money, and then Q Ranger where they can get more money, then they can start getting weird with their adaptations and start going with the weirder Sentai like the ones I just said. Anyway, rant over. I know I said it was over, but it wasn't. I'm sorry. So let's see. If Hasbro doesn't try Q Ranger or Lupat, I might lose faith. I'm pretty sure they will. I will not. I'm going to say we shouldn't lose faith in them adapting those seasons until they actually come out and say, yeah, no, we're not going to adapt those seasons. Once Hasbro comes out and says we're not adapting Lupin Ranger, Q Ranger, Tokyuger, Zyuohger, then I think we should say, okay, yeah, it's not happening. But for now, I think we should definitely, like, it's definitely still on the table, I think. Because keep in mind, we're currently getting the Go Busters adaptation, and it was skipped initially for Dino Charge. So, those other seasons could still happen. Hasbro should do Supersonic. Isn't that's one of the older seasons, right? MMPR this, MMPR that. Power Rangers is a continuing series. Yeah, but like it's the first brand. They kind of have to sell it. That's like a casual will only recognize that season. That's probably like the only season they could really name. Like I could show my friends like any season and they'll be like, "Oh, that's Power Rangers." But I could show them the original one and I'm like, "Can you name this one?" And they'll be like, "Oh, that's the original one." Like people will know the original one. They don't really know. They can recognize other stuff as Power Rangers, but other than that, nope. They won't recognize it. So a lot of talk about the Ryusoulger adaptation. I hope the Zords will still talk. I imagine Tiramigo would still talk. Maybe. Well, I was gonna say, had they made the Zords not talk before, and that was literally Go-Wander's gimmick, and they didn't do that in RPM, so, maybe not. So, yeah, a lot of people are saying, like, oh, they are, can't believe they're going back to dinosaurs. They need, like, kind of to get interest back in the brand. Anyone, again, like, casual with Power Rangers just loves MMPR, I guess. Hasbro is allergic to the color orange. So there's two things on that. One, we have Dime Volcano in the armor, so it's kind of orange. And two, I feel like you could really you could bring in Ryusoul Brown, and you could really just call it, Ryusoul Orange, or whatever the name will be. Like, it kind of looks orange in a lot of shots in the singular episode it's in. There's a lot of shots that just, they look, it looks orange. Like, honestly, I thought it looked orange. Like, while editing the Ryusoulger review, it does kind of look a little orange in some lightings. So, when are we gonna get Power Rangers Minecraft? I don't know. So, also, speaking of Ryusoulger, obviously the finale is coming in this Saturday. So that makes me very sad because I really like Ryusoulger. I know a lot of people don't like Ryusoulger, and if you don't like Ryusoulger, please, by all means, do not like Ryusoulger. That is your opinion. But it makes me sad because I really like Ryusoulger. For some reason, the amount of people... Oh, it was cropped. I was like, I know there's more than 4 people watching. Why is it not showing that? We'll transition to that. There you go. There is 42 people watching, which is awesome. Thank you, guys. I was a little confused. I also need to share this on Twitter and Discord. I don't know. Is this shared on Twitter? Definitely not Twitter. What should I say? Talking some hashtag Power Rangers toy fair news now. Tweet. And it's not in the Discord didn't announce it. If you want to join the Discord or follow me on Twitter, that should be in the description. Actually, I don't think the Twitter link is. I'll put that in a second. Send now. Alright. Twitter and Discord now know about this. Can we hit 1 million likes? Probably not. But, ooh. I just found an image on Twitter where someone made max versions of all of the Ryusoulgers. That looks amazing. Max Ryusoul Red is amazing, and most of the fandom agrees with that. And keep in mind, as if you don't like the Ryusoulger getting adapted, keep in mind that now we get a confirmed figure of Max Ryusoul Red, be it Lightning Collection or just a figure. We're going to get Max Ryusoul Red as a figure now, and that, I think that alone is worthy of tolerating a Ryusoulger adaptation. If you don't want that to happen, they should make a Loopat adaptation where the Pat Rangers chase the Lupin Rangers through the worlds of unadapted Sentais. That sounds fun. I want them to try to do something with those unadapted seasons. Oh, I just realized you're talking about I assume the new ones, like the Q Ranger and that. I would kind of want to see them do something at some point with the, like, old unadapted seasons. Like, basically what they tried doing in Megaforce, but, like, better. Because that was bad. I think we all know that was bad. Okay, where can I adjust this thumbnail? I mean, not this thumbnail. The thumbnail's fine. We do not need to change the thumbnail. What other writer adaptations do I have in mind? Well, currently, I have to work on Kuga, and I'm watching Kuga currently, and I really love Kuga. Oh, it is. The Twitter link is there. Damn. So, currently I'm watching Kuga, and I'm working on that Kuga adaptation. Or the idea. I haven't written anything down. But, I really like Kuga. And, especially just because it's so different from, like, the only other seasons I've ever seen is, like, the recent ones. So, like, X8 Build, 01, Geo, like, all this fast-paced stuff. And then Double, which is kind of, like, in the middle. And Kuga is, like, so slow. It's so, like, not episodic, but it's, like, so slow. But I'm not saying that as a negative. I really like it. So, that just how different Kuga is compared to the seasons that I've only seen, the only seasons I've seen. I really like it. It's really different, and I really like that. So it probably means I'm gonna like the other older seasons I watched. When they don't articulate the Megazords. I mean, Megazords never have articulation, really. So, like, what's its name? The Beast X Megazord for Go Busters has it has some elbow articulation, which is more articulation than, like, any Megazord ever has, and head articulation. So it has more articulation than, like, half of the Megazords that exist ever. And I think they're releasing the new MMPR Megazord as well, which I thought I was gonna buy, and then Ryusoulger got announced, and now I have to save money to go broke in 2021, and it also has elbow articulation. So, like, they're getting some articulation. I'm really hoping that the Ryusoulger mecha has some extra articulation. Honestly, if it has, like, the elbow joint in that, then I would be totally fine. I'm not really, like, oh, I need super articulation. Obviously, I bought the mini plot, but that's mainly for the size. If it didn't have articulation, I probably would have bought it anyway. If Hasbro says that ToQger and Zyuohger are still on the table to get adapted, but that they're just waiting until the right time to do them, I will gain more faith in them. Well, I guess that kind of counts because they didn't say they're not doing it, which kind of, considering how much interaction they've been giving us, that kind of counts as they could still do it. Imagine if Ryusoulger adaptation is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. This Power Rangers episode is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Woo! Kuga Revolver intensifies. No. I wanted to get Metal Cluster Progress Key, but it is $100. I think you're looking in the wrong place, because that thing should be, at most, I think it's like $40. You're probably looking at, you're probably looking on, like, eBay or Amazon. I would recommend. I use Hobby Search because the prices are usually pretty low. The main places I think you should go to are Hobby Search, HLJ, Ami, and Toku Collectibles, because they do free shipping, I think. And then there's a lot of other places too, like, that I just go to if I need to. Like, I think I use, like, it came from Japan at one point. I don't know. And then there's something else too. Oh, Mandarake. If you just want, like, singular stuff, like a mini plot, or yeah, like a mini plot on its own, or a lot of the Yudo stuff, or like a lot older stuff you can find on Mandarake as well. Mandarake is very useful, especially. Ryusoulger's premise should be a fantasy war between the kingdom of the Druidons and the Ryusoulger kingdom. That sounds cool. It's kind of what... I guess it's kind of like an overblown version of what they're currently doing with Ryusoulger. That would be cool. Mandarake is amazing. I agree. Overlord Baron says, have you heard of the negative reaction of Ryusoulger being Power Rangers 28? I have. I mean, it's fair for the if you don't, like, want more dinosaurs, that's totally fair. I think if you're tired of the dinosaurs, it's understandable to have that reaction. So, and some people just don't like Ryusoulger as well. So, but keep in mind that like the adaptation could be completely different from the season it's adapting, like RPM or Go Bust or Beast Morphers, kind of sorta. Have I finished a 10K special? No. Uh, that's like 5 videos. I haven't really started much for all of those, and we're getting really close, which is amazing. But like, I'm trying to get the Ryusoulger review finished quickly, and then I would basically start on all the 5K stuff. Most of it's like in some sort of development, but none of those videos are done. Jason looking like Papa John's pizza. That is correct, kind of. How do I like 01 so far? The first how many episodes? Basically, Ryusoulger up until Jin season. But it looks like it's picking up ? With certain Falcon related thing in the next episode that I don't want to spoil, in case you don't know. And then I mean, honestly, just that, and kind of some of the stuff with Bo, or I guess Bo in quotes because we don't know who that is. I'm hoping that will make the later stuff more interesting, but right now, just like we're going to put a Humagear in this situation, and if it beats the spec, then we win, and we're gonna do that for X amount of episodes. That's a little tiring for me. I like Ryusoulger. I don't think it deserves hate, especially for those who haven't watched it. Yeah, I don't. There's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, it's the worst season ever," because they have Ryusoulger colors. Oh, what a telling argument. That can really, you really got me there. I don't know. You're right. Ryusoulger is terrible because red, blue, pink, green, black, gold again. This is too soon for Ryusoulger. What about the other Power Rangers and it never got picked? Well, in an interesting twist, I don't think this is the earliest that a season has been adapted. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure that like before, like a Disney season would debut before its Japanese counterpart even finished, right? I don't know for sure because I was not alive during that time, or most of that time. Or let me rephrase that. I did not have cognitive ability during most of the Disney era, so I can't really confirm or deny. But I'm pretty sure that like I saw something like SPD would debut, and then you'd see like, and then Deca Ranger would end like 2 weeks after. So, and I mean like. This season is still going to debut next year, so we're literally going to be done with Kira Major, and then we get Ryusoulger, or the Ryusoulger adaptation. So, like, it's not really like they're adapting it too soon. It's more of like, oh, they announced it too soon, but even then, it's like, no, not really. I'm just more interested, like, are they going to do 1 season or 2 seasons? Because the Nick contract ends in 2021, so. Are they just gonna stick it out for like 1 more year to finish Ryusoulger on Nick? Please don't make Ryusoulger only 1 year. Or only 20 episodes in 1 year. I want it to get its own full 2 seasons because well, I mean, they'd release the toys faster if it's only 1 year, right? So Ryusoulger also makes me disappointed as we had dinosaurs in Power Rangers only 2 seasons ago. Well, 2 seasons ago, but 4 years ago. So, and I mean, technically it also is would be 4 seasons ago, but that's a little, I don't like that. If Hasbro was planning to make an American adaptation of Kamen Rider, what series do you think has the most potential both story-wise and financially? Well, like, let's just assume they're gonna announce an adaptation tomorrow. I think that it would kind of be 0-1 would be the safest bet, just because like the base form specifically is very Kamen Rider. You got a lot of gimmicks. They have electronics in them, so they're more expensive. You can sell more of them, and it's recent, so it's not like your footage is gonna be weird. You don't have to recreate a lot of suits. So I think not Ryusoulger, 0-1, but I would want Xaid because I just want another Muteki figure because I don't have enough. I only have 2 and another on the way. Hashtag Ryusoulger 2021. Well, now it has, well, it can't be 2021. Hasbro's not gonna change their mind on that. Ryusoulger ending at March 1st. Yeah. It's Nick's fault we had the 2-year airing. Kind of, yeah, because I think they mandate you can only have 20 episodes, but I'm not sure. If they made a bug-themed Sentai, do you think they would do a crossover with Kabuto? Maybe. That would be fun. I think they would just probably do it with Kamen Rider in general, since that's generally bug-themed. Like, I mean, the original guy is a grasshopper. So, they just do it in Kamen Rider in general. I don't think you have to specifically say Kabuto. Imagine they put Power Rangers in Discovery Family. Isn't that the Hasbro channel? Because then that kind of makes sense. I mean, I would kind of like to see them air it only, or not only, but air it on YouTube, because that's what they're doing with Transformers Cyberverse. I'm not caught up on Cyberverse, but I'm pretty sure like the at least season 1, I know for a fact, was aired on YouTube or uploaded as videos on YouTube, and then I think they later went on Cartoon Network. That would be really interesting. Like, you could upload the season on YouTube and then like air it on some other platform later on. Like, there clearly is an audience for Power Rangers on YouTube. I guess the only problem is Kappa, because for kids. There's no denying the Power Rangers season itself is for kids. So, and I know a lot of people say for Netflix. I don't think moving it exclusive, I mean, it is exclusively on Netflix, but like as its own Netflix show, I mean, I would be okay with it, but I don't know, would that work? Because I don't think it really has that much of a reputation as it did before to be on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, sorry, Netflix. But it would give them like more budget. Like a lot of Netflix original stuff is really good. Obviously, everyone talks about Stranger Things. There's currently a little show I'm watching on Netflix called like Lock and Key, and that's really interesting. If you have Netflix, I would give that a watch because that's pretty cool. It's kind of like a Toku series because they have keys that gives them powers. Maybe that's why I like it. It's just tokusatsu without the spandex, which is not tokusatsu, but Sentai potential Ryusoulger. That is in fact a thing that is coming. I don't know when, because again, now I need to focus on the 10K videos maybe, but I guess I don't know when that's coming. Hopefully by the end of March. So let's get who wants a sneak peek about what I'm gonna do with Sentai potential Ryusoulger, because why not? The adaptation part specifically. What's my favorite Zord and Ryusoulger? Maybe. So I want to say Tiramigo because red, but I feel like the design of Mosarex or Dynamigo appeals to me more. Maybe we'll go with Mosarex. A lot of please show. Well, I would just be explaining because I don't have any footage to show. Actually, I do, don't I? So we'll get to that. So the main idea I have is it's gonna be about Ryusoulger. So my idea is like the same thing from Ryusoulger. You get Ryusoulger, he's evil. You bring in Ryusoulger, you make him good. Whoop-de-doo. But you don't kill him so soon. What would happen is in the fight with Uden, he like has to sacrifice some of his powers, and in doing so, he becomes Ryusoul Brown. But I kind of wish that the Ryusoul Caliber was a team weapon. So what would happen is Ryusoul Brown would transform with the Ryusoul Caliber, and it creates other Ryusoul calibers that the rest of the team can use, and now they all have a caliber because I just wish that happened. This is probably the most fanfic-y episode of Sentai Potential because it's basically like, ooh, what if I had Ryusoulger live? Because I kind of wish that happened. And ooh, what if that was a team power-up? That's like the main basis of it. So here is the picture that I spent way too long working on. All Ryusoulgers in Noblesse forms with a Noblesse Ryusoul Brown. Toku Nation is going to bed. Good night. What's my favorite suits in Sentai? You're looking at them. Actually, it's Max Ryusoul Red, so you're not completely looking at them. So that, in a nutshell, what's my big idea for Sentai Potential Ryusoulger? There you go. What are my thoughts on the Sonic movie? Have not seen it. I kind of want to see it, or I do want to see it, but I haven't seen it. Especially after they redesigned Sonic and he actually looks cute and cuddly. Now I kind of want to see it. Coffee Bloke says sup, hello, welcome to the stream, or maybe hello if you were here. If you're already here, I don't know. Oh, but Ryusoulger still dies in my adaptation. I'm sorry. He has to die. Probably unpopular opinion, I don't have the biggest problem with Ryusoulger dying. So, which I'll talk more about in the Ryusoulger review. So, would I like a modernized Spider-Man Toku show? So, Spider-Man, but new. Which is, I think, what they're doing with Into the Spider-Verse. So yes, but it's already kind of happening, I believe. Do you think Hasbro will call Ryusoul Brown a Brown Ranger in the West, or will they call it something else like how Kiryu Gray was the Graphite Ranger? Well, I mentioned earlier that they could just call it Orange, because everyone's upset about that Orange Ranger, or about skipping an Orange Ranger, because there are how many seasons? 3 seasons that had an Orange Ranger. There was a 3 in 5 chance for Hasbro to have an Orange Ranger, and they went, yeet, we're going to go with the non-Orange Ranger season. Which I don't really mind, because I'm not particularly invested in needing an Orange Ranger. But I think they could certainly maybe try to make Ryusoul Brown an Orange Ranger. You just have to change the lighting. Or bronze. That's true. Which color would fit most with the Ryusoulger armor? Brown or purple? I think it works best in purple. That looks really badass. But it does not look bad in brown at all. I think it also looks badass. But purple, I think, looks more badass. What would I consider the Ultrazord? I said it wrong. Of Ryusoulger. Well, it has to be King Kishiryu, the Yokuryo, Mozorex, and Hiramigo combination. But I can't believe I forgot to mention this. I'm praying so hard that in the finale of Ryusoulger, they make a Kishiryu cluster, or something to that effect. In the trailers, this is a minor spoiler. I don't know if you care about this. In the trailers, we do have other Megazords holding weapons from the other Kishiryus. Kishiryu, singular. Like, I think Yokuryo is holding Tiger Lance. Just the Lance. Because it's being piloted by Ryuso Green. Mozorex, or Kishiryu Neptune, is holding the Demon Volcano sword, because I think it's being piloted. Well, obviously it's being piloted by Gold, and I guess it's incorporating Demon Volcano. So I think I'm hoping that we get something to that effect. Like maybe it's just base Tiramigo in Kishiryu form, and we get like one part of each Zord attached. That would be really awesome. I just really want a cluster form, or something to the effect of a cluster form in the show, where literally anything can attach to anything, and they didn't do that. So I just want Kishiryu cluster. That is my one wish for the Ryusoulger finale. They can kill everyone, but if I get Kishiryu cluster, then I will be satisfied. And be very sad, because then they would have killed everyone. What is my least favorite Sentai color? That's an interesting question. I thought you said favorite, and I'm like, well, red. Least favorite. I'm not particularly fond of that weird light blue shade that they use sometimes. Like, I guess like the female blue ? Like the blue they use for only female rangers sometimes. Hurricane Hurricaneger blue, and the girl in Mystic Force, the Mystic Force blue. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't say it. Those blue shades are really weird for me. I'm more of a fan of the darker blue color. If I could make my own Sentai, what would I make it? I'm not sure. Ryusoulger 2, Electric Boogaloo. That would be my... Ryusoulger Brave instead of Kyoryuger Brave. That would be my Sentai. God damn it. If they do a Ryusoulger Brave, I have to find a way to get that mecha. Damn it. Shoot, no! They're gonna... Because you know they're gonna make a Ryusoulger Brave, or whatever the hell, in Korea. In case you don't know, South Korea loved Kyoryuger so much that they made a Kyoryuger 2 Electric Boogaloo. It's called Kyoryuger Brave, but that's literally what it is. They just recolored the suits, they recolored the mecha, and they went new actors and story, of course, and they went, here's a new season, and like, I'll need to find a way. I need a way to get that mecha in mini plot form. How do I do it? I guess if they're just repaints, I'll have to rebuy and repaint the stuff, which I guess wouldn't be too bad. And then I have to get the multiples of the American versions and then repaint those as well. So, because I guess I don't know how popular Ryusoulger is in South Korea, because I know absolutely nothing about Power Rangers Dino Knights. Is that what it's called? Whatever it's called. But I don't know how popular it is, but I feel like if Kyoryuger was that popular, maybe Ryusoulger would be that popular as well. I heard that the reason Q Ranger is passed in favor of Ryusoulger is the use of many Rangers. Possibly. I feel like that can't be... That's a weird reason, because... I mean, that's a lot. That to me, that just looks like a lot of money that could be made off of a lot of people. Just think about it. You can automatically make 9 Lightning Collection figures instead of however many. So, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are saying cyan, like what I was saying with the blue rant, but like not specifically cyan, like, or like the cyan rangers are fine. It's just like using that color for a blue ranger and you're gonna call it just a normal blue? Okay. That's the weird part, I think. What are some things I don't want in the adaptation? Nothing. I can't really think of. Like, maybe a bad story. There we go. I don't want that in the adaptation. Not saying Ryusoulger has that. I'm just saying I don't want that in the adaptation. Do I think this is going to take place in the same timeline as Dino Charge? I don't really know. I feel like it would make sense if they tied it into those Dino seasons in some way, just because we already have 3 Dino seasons, and one of them is literally the face of Power Rangers. I feel like you have to tie it in some way to those seasons. Like, just off the top of my head, I know a lot of people are saying for Dino Charge you could have it in that universe because now dinosaurs won't ever die, so you can have it as knights that revolve around that culture of the dinosaurs, or it could be after Dino Charge where they're based off of those Power Rangers, stuff like that. I guess Dino Thunder and MMPR is self-explanatory. It's just, they're like those powers. But actually, it would be really cool if you kind of like further the aspect of MMPR. So like you had Tommy's the 6th Ranger, and he's the mentor of Dino Thunder. And then you could have Trent, the 6th Ranger, quote-unquote, of Dino Thunder. He's the mentor of this season because he wasn't in Dino Charge. That would be kind of cool. I really like Dino Thunder, just throwing that out there. I don't think I've ever mentioned that. Does Ryusoulger ever cross over with any Kamen Rider in any movie, just like how Tokyuger did with Guy? Nope. We have not had a solid Kamen Rider crossover between seasons in a movie since Kyuranger and X-Aid, and in toy form since Geo and Ryusoulger, so that's pretty recent. I heard it was skipped because the Yellow Ranger's pointy visor was a safety hazard. I don't like. Okay, that Illuminati article, they were right about Ryusoulger, right? But like, I didn't believe that article because literally the reason for not adapting Kyuranger does not sound very plausible. Now, like for Hasbro especially, I don't think that's a real reason. So that's why I didn't really believe that article at first. Now, they could maybe have some truth to it now that we know Ryusoulger is coming next, but I don't really know completely. Steel Warrior says bye. Goodbye. Ryusoulger was a massive bomb. I disagree. I think there was someone who posted the toy sales of Ryusoulger from the last year, and it is higher than Lupat was. So I don't think it was a fail, and if it was a fail, then I think it's a little strange that Hasbro is adapting a failure as their next adaptation, as opposed to like 4 other seasons that could, I guess, that are failures, I guess, in Japan from a financial standpoint. If I could remake Lupat in my own way, would I make the Pat Rangers look less like bad guys? The Pat Rangers are policemen, so I don't think they look like bad guys. I made a short little video called Sentai Potential Lupat, which I go over most of how I would fix Lupat, or what I would do. I guess it's a short version, as I would like split up the season for like a good chunk and then fit it back together. Kyuranger and X-Aid was the first ever Sentai Kamen Rider movie I watched, and I was so confused. Well, it's the first one I watched, and I wasn't confused, so I have to... I'm curious were you watching both seasons, or were you just did you just watch it and then you're confused? I'm excited to see the handoff on Sunday. I forget about the handoff from time to time. I wonder if they're gonna make a different kind of handoff, like in Loop Hat. In case you didn't know, usually what they do is there's a black room, there's some red lights, and the next Rangers, they shake hands or something, and now, or the Red Rangers, they shake hands, and now boom, we're in the next season. But for Loop Hat to Ryusoulger, they had the two Red Rangers shooting each other with their guns because Loop Hat, and then Ryusoul Red comes in and like deflects all the blasts, which looks really cool, and then he has the two hug it out, and then that's it. So I wonder if they're gonna do that again. It could just be they did that because not Q Ranger, because Lupin Ranger versus Paddle Ranger, 2 different seasons. But also they did it in the room they were fighting at in the finale. So it could also, like, they could have just done it in the black room, but no, they did it there. So I don't know. Oh, you just watched a movie. Well, if you watch a movie that's a crossover between 2 seasons, you probably wouldn't understand most of it. Power Rangers handoffs, that would be really cool. There's a rumor, not a rumor. There's just a lot of wishful thinking, which I am totally a part of, that the reason we're doing the Dino War later this year for Go Busters is because they're going to bring in the Ryusoulgers in a cameo because dinosaurs. And I would be totally down for that. I would love that so much. And I feel like it could happen because someone needs to let me know, because I have no idea. But I feel like it could happen depending on when this crossover comes out, because we don't know when it comes out. I don't think they've given us a date, have they? I think they said fall. I feel like they said fall, but I don't think they actually said specifically. So someone let me know. But there's definitely room for possibility because they shoot very soon for Ryusoulger. And, you don't need actor cameos in the movie war. You just need the suits to show up and, the actors. And, if you don't, they probably would have the actors. Well, I guess the movie war is mostly filmed at this point, but you could just have the characters show up. That's what Kamen Rider does. They just show up and then they don't even talk sometimes, or they do, but there's something where a character cameos and they don't speak at all, and then that's it. So they could just do that. We are 160 away from 10K. That is pretty Ryusoul cool, if you ask me. I would love to make them make an adaptation of the Sentai miniseries with the wishes. Yeah, the Sentai Strongest Battle. That would be really cool. How would they... I guess, obviously, that's not going to happen for a while because you got to adapt Q Ranger and Tokyuger and Zyuohger to actually do that. And then possibly Ryusoulger if you're going to include the cameos. Well, Ryusoulger definitely got to include, right? Because he's, a main part. So, yeah. I would like to see them see that, or I would like to see them adapt it, but that's gonna be a long time off because they they have to adapt those other seasons for it to make sense. Or you could use that as your introductory part for those seasons, but then you got 3 different seasons going on, or 4, and then also not to mention that the 2 Rangers that are adapted in that adaptation happen to be Ninja Steel Red and Mega Force Red. Now, no hate towards those actors, but they're not the greatest Red Rangers ever. So, how would I feel if they made Power Rangers V Cinemas? That would be. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, but that would be really cool. I like stuff maybe to the 10 years after that they do a lot for Sentai, or maybe I don't think they really do a lot of V Cinemas for Sentai, but yeah, I would like stuff like that. I would love to see a where are they now after the season, instead of just the last 5 minutes, oh, this is what they're doing. That's why I like those the crossovers, because it is a way to see what they're doing now, I guess. Especially I guess the SPD is the best example. You get the wrap up at the end of the season, but then over time with these team ups and stuff, you get to see how the characters are still evolving after the season is over. Like, I guess the biggest example is Bridge showing up in Once a Ranger as SPD Red because Jack retired and now Sky is the very in charge person. I don't know what the name is, but I would love that in the comics, actually. They did that kind of in the comics with the Soul of the Dragon. Not specifically the Tommy Oliver section, which I still think was great. That's the main focus of the book anyway. But they had a little bit of SPD in it, and we got to see Sky as the person in charge, whatever it's called. That stuff like that would be really cool. If you're a fan of Power Rangers and you're not reading the Boom Studios comics, you got to read the Boom Studios comics because those are amazing. That's my favorite continuity of Power Rangers ever. It's the only reason I have an MMPR Red or an MMPR Red Lightning Collection figure specifically because of the comics, not really because of MMPR. And it's also the only reason I have a Draken, but obviously it's a comic exclusive, so you expect that. Do I hope the Morph keeps the song? I mean, they're probably not going to keep the song, so. It might not happen, but imagine if Green and Black Ryusoulger from Ryusoulger Counterpart made a cameo during the Ranger Dino War. Like in the Sentai battle. Yeah. I mean, I kind of mentioned the cameos earlier, but just those two would be an interesting reference to the Psycho battle, actually. Planet Jadarius with a $2 super chat. Oh, I hope they keep the Masters aspect. Thank you for the super chat. I think, I would like the Masters aspect. Maybe not them dying so quickly, but I like the dynamic that they kind of provide in the season. Look, it's the Muteki thing just appeared on my screen. Thank you again for the super chat. That's really awesome. Sky was called Deca Ranger. I mean, like his position, not his Ranger name. Deca Ranger is a very amazing design, by the way. That's probably, I want to say that's my favorite design in Power Rangers, but we only have like 2 images of it, so I don't know if I'm really allowed to say that. If Netflix made a Kamen Rider anime, would I watch it? Of course I would watch it. Coffee Bloke says he has to go. Thank you for coming. Dino Thunder is the best example of what? I mean, Dino Thunder is good. Crossover, I assume you mean. Oh yeah, where they appeared in SPD. That was really cool, actually. I guess that kind of worked out the best because it was in the future. So, anyone else ever thought that we're 5 years off from SPD happening in the real world? Clearly that's not going to happen, but maybe what I'm thinking is they're probably not going to stick to the continuity of SPD arriving or SPD happening and aliens happening in 2025, but like the comics have made it clear that continuity, well, I guess they did in Dimensions in Danger, they said that all of the universes are like their own separate universe. So I guess that's they'll just use that. They're like, oh, it's a separate universe. That's why we don't have to make aliens come. But just come on, how cool would it be if they actually stuck to aliens happening in SPD or aliens happening in SPD in the future? It would be kind of cool. Just going off this topic, if like in 2025 they like do an SPD sequel. I guess we don't really know how long SPD takes, but like if they did something with like A Squad or something, we could see A Squads fall to Emperor Grum's control. That would be really cool. Super Mega Force review. Please don't do this to me. The Dino Thunder X Ninja Steel crossover episodes, that didn't happen? Question mark? Unless you're talking about Dimensions in Danger, which is a completely different thing. I really wish we could have seen the Geki Ranger and Go Zinger crossover in Power Rangers, considering I loved RPM and Jungle Fury. Oh, Go Launcher. Yeah, I guess it's really just due to the nature of RPM. You can't really have post-apocalyptic in the jungle. Although, in case you didn't know, for anyone who didn't know, in RPM, they do show a flashback, and there's a pizza restaurant, and it's Jungle Karma Pizza from Jungle Fury. So if you if you think of it that way, that we did get the Jungle Fury and RPM crossover, but it's a little darker because Jungle Karma Pizza gets destroyed at some point. If Ryusoulger did get the Power Rangers treatment, which it is getting, I wonder what aspects of Knights would be used, like King Arthur and the Knights of the Round, King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. Probably. I imagine they're going to go really hard on the Knights aspect because Dino Thunder or dinosaurs again. So I mean, Ryusoulger already does that. They're dinosaurs, but like they could have been literally anything else. Like the season would function basically the same if they were all vehicles and the aesthetics were changed, because I think they really just go in on the night stuff. So although it would be weird if a bunch of vehicles were locked up in a temple for millions of years. So that's something to think about. SPD could have a sequel like how Kruger and Sky get their promotion. Yeah. How Sky becomes the Decker Ranger, which is, again, an amazing suit. Kaito Sentai Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger, maybe a sequel for SPD? Well, more of a... would it have to be a prequel? Because SPD doesn't seem... Pato Ranger doesn't really seem like an evolution of SPD. I guess it could because of the shoulder pads. That's the first time I think I've ever seen anyone say Pato Ranger as a sequel for SPD as opposed to a prequel, and I would not be opposed to that. I guess they don't have the SPD logo, so that's why you can't really say it. Oh, what I was truly saying is that to me the best Power Rangers crossover example was the Dino Thunder episodes with Ninja Storm. I don't remember much of those, but I think, oh yeah, we got like them as masters. That was really cool. I'm not sure. I mean, would I say it as the best? I'm not sure. I can't really say because I don't remember too much of the crossovers. Can we count All of In Space as a crossover because it's like the finale? So we are at about an hour in, so I may have to end a little soon. We'll see. And if you have any questions you want to ask me, you can ask them now so I can answer them on stream. Here's a name: Power Rangers Jurassic Knights. I like Jurassic Knights. A lot of people are saying Dino Knights, which I don't really. I hope it's not Dino Knights because that sounds really generic. I want a unique name because Dino Knights doesn't sound the greatest. And I mean, Dino Thunder, Dino Charge, Dino Knights. I guess it would fit, but it would be kind of interesting for a different name. It feels weird that Ninja Steel got a crossover with Metal Heroes, but we never got a Metal Heroes crossover with Super Mega Force. Well, did the Gokaigers encounter a Metal Hero in their season? Because if they did, then yeah, it is a little weird. What number do I prefer, 14 or 15? 15. In Lupin Ranger vs. Power Ranger counterpart, they should include Aka Red from Bokenger and Super Sentai. That would feel a little misplaced because Aka Red doesn't really have anything to do with Lupin Ranger vs. Power Ranger. He's not even in the season in Japan. So, also, that reminds me, there was a thing a while ago where they Toei officially says that Lupin Ranger versus Paddle Ranger is the 42nd team, but how? Why? What? So, I'm sure there was something a while ago where, like, so Kyuranger's 41, no one's disputing that, and then after that is the Lupin Rangers, because they debuted first, and then the Paddle Rangers, because they came after the Lupin Rangers. So, I thought there was something that officially said that the 42nd team of Super Sentai is the Lupin Rangers, the 43rd team is the Paddle Rangers, and then after that, the 44th team is Ryusoulger. But Ryusoulger is the 43rd team because we see Lupin Ranger and Paddle Ranger as one single season. But now I guess they changed something where Lupin Ranger versus Paddle Ranger is considered a single 42nd team. But how? When they're literally, like, their name is literally versus if you put them together. Like, they're two different teams. So, I personally now headcanon Lupin Ranger as Team 42 and Paddle Ranger as Team 42.5, because I guess they do use the same arsenal. Like, I can see why you would say they're the same team, but they're not considered as the same team. Like, they don't ever do a team roll call, do they? Except in the movie, but when they do, they're still, like, the two different teams. So, Thomas Jujubee rants about useless information with names and statistics once again. Do I consider Beast Morphers an animal season? To an extent. It's like Ryusoulger where it's knights and dinosaurs. It's certainly more of a tech season, but it is sorta certainly animals as well, because all their arsenal is animals, and they have, like, the animal DNA. So, like, it's more of a tech season, but it is an animal season as well. You know, we're always mixing themes. So, like, just like how you'd say Tokyuger is a train season in imagination? Question. I guess, what is another season where we blend stuff? Dino Charge, not really. Kind of like electricity and Kyuranger, I guess, is definitely Zodiacs in space. So, I really hope the anniversary season for Sentai doesn't have time travel. I kind of would want to see how Sentai handles time travel, since Kamen Rider didn't have the greatest time with it in Geo. So I would not be opposed to it. I don't think I don't really hate a lot of things, so there's never really something I'll be like, I hate it. Why aren't they doing it? So if they do time travel, all right, cool. If they're not doing time travel, all right, cool. I'm just excited for what they're gonna do in the 50th anniversary, or is it 45th? It's 45th. Never mind, my fault. It is. Oh, that's very soon, isn't it? It's next year. They should reference Power Rangers in their 45th anniversary. I know they did it with Akiba Ranger, but they should really do something with Power Rangers in the 45th anniversary. They should really have, like, a Power Rangers crossover with their team counterpart in Sentai. That would be... I take it back. If the 45th Sentai does not have a Power Rangers reference, I hate the 45th Sentai. That is a joke, but... So Kyuranger will be considered 44th then. If that's also the case, why are they making a movie for it? I feel like it would make sense if it were an anniversary team. I mean, I feel like they're just making a movie for the hell of it. Richard Hartman just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. I feel like they're just doing it. Why not? It's also keep in mind that it's the 44th season, but apparently it's 45 years of Super Sentai. So it's going to be the pseudo anniversary thing where, like, we kind of already see it in, like, the mecha and the suits. They'll probably do some minor references to past Sentai, and we get, like, a full-on adaptation, or not adaptation, full-on anniversary with 45th. And that's it. People remind me of Powerful Rangers. That's why I mentioned not Akiba Ranger. But I did forget Go Busters said it's Morphin Time. So thank you, JoJo Johnson, for reminding me that the entirety of Go Busters is just a Power Rangers reference. Not the entirety, but... Do I think Kishiryuo in Power Rangers will be called Battle Mode? Yeah, whatever. Or maybe? Because it is most of the Megazord as opposed to, like, the Thunderzord. I don't remember its name. The Dragon Thunderzord. It has its power mode, but, like, it's not really the Megazord at all, so. Ninja was already a pseudo anniversary season. Yeah, it's gonna, like, Kira Major's gonna be like Ninja, where it's like a certain amount of years, but not the actual 45th season. Time travel anniversary seasons are essentially nostalgia nukes that go off in the faces of the production crews. Yeah, pretty much. Goodbye, Doodle Bob. Thank you for coming to the stream. I think I will have to leave in a second here as well. Actually, let's make it right now. I'm leaving right now. So get those questions or anything you want me to mention quickly in the chat now, and then I will be off because I need to watch the recent episodes of Ryusoulger and 01. I haven't seen those yet. I saw the live stream though, so that's why this image is here, because I'm not completely unaware. Do I think it's weird on Kamen Rider they use Legend Rider suits as armor and Super Sentai reuses the suit? No, that's just, I mean, that's what Build did and Decade, so. The SPD Battleizer. Was the SPD Battleizer weaker than Swap Mode? I don't remember at all. I think it was. The swap mode came after, right? So I guess it was. But the Battleizer definitely looks cooler and was more. I think looks more powerful. Season 69 of Power Rangers. Nice. A Kamen Rider anime is happening. Den-O X Pretty Cure. Oh. So, but like, isn't Pretty Cure crossing over with, well, of course it's Den-O, first of all, and isn't Pretty Cure crossing over with, in the movie, the Ryusoulger Loop Hat Paddle Ranger Kira Major movie? Don't they like dance in the ending theme? But like, they're just the cartoons, so like, does that mean we're getting a movie of them, or are they just gonna appear? Or I mean, let me rephrase that. Are they going to actually be an anime Den-O, or will the Pretty Cures just appear in live action Den-O? Like Roger Rabbit style. Which number would I kill? 7. 7? We don't need 7. 7 can get the hell out. And on that note, we're going to kill 7, and I will be off. Thank you guys so much for coming. I know it's a short stream, but I mean, mainly, we just talked about Ryusoulger getting adapted, so that was fun. Thank you guys for coming, as usual. Thank you for almost 10,000 subscribers. That's really cool. A Ryusoulger review should be next week for anyone curious. Well, definitely next week, yeah, because of finales soon. So Ryusoulger review next week. After that should be Kira Major review. After that, hopefully should be some sort of 10K video, and then we'll see where it goes from there. So thank you guys so much for watching.